For those of you that are into aquariums and you know about water changes, and for those that may not know, I have just done a 50% water change. I do this on hopefully a weekly basis. You see the air bubbles from the new water, and you can see the response when these fish get a water change. You have to realize when you do a water change on your tank, you're getting rid of all these toxins and all these things from not only in this case the fish, but from the living plants that build up. And I do a water change hopefully once a week. I'm sometimes bad in that area, but you do a 50% water change and you can see the activity here. I just did a water change about half an hour ago, and Slinky, the shy one that you hardly ever see, look at him, he's just kicking butt. He's just enjoying his life. They're like rejuvenated. They're like kids again, and it's all because of the water change. Now in my case, because a 50% water change on a 60-gallon tank is 30 gallons, what I do is I use my tap water, but I put it through a activated carbon filter first, that I replenish from time to time, and then I put it through a 50 micron, or I think it's smaller than that, I think it might be 5 or 10 micron filter, to clarify it, to make sure none of the physical carbon can get through. And what that does is that neutralizes any chlorine that's in the water. And then I also have it tied into both the hot and cold water, because this tank has to be around 78 to 80 degrees, so you don't want to put, like 60-degree tap water into it. They'd go into shock and they'd freak out. So I have an electronic temperature tester, very rapid, very fast, that as I add the water to the tank, I temper it. I control the hot and the cold water valve, and to make sure that I'm putting water somewhere in the 78 to 80 degree range. And I do it at a fairly slow rate. It takes 50%. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to fill the tank with 30 gallons. And there you have it. One of these days I'll do a complete video for those that may want to know, and show you my entire rig, and show you how I drain the tank, and show you how I replenish the tank. But here it is. This is just after a water change, what they call a water change. So look at Slinky. He's just, normally you don't see this guy, but look at him go. He's feeling the effects of the loss of toxins and the addition of the fresh water, and of course it's infiltrated with oxygen. You see that? It's all these oxygen bubbles. That's all from the fresh water, and it's clinging to the algae. It's clinging to the sides of the tank, and the fish are going crazy over it. They just love it. So something to think of. I didn't know this when I was a young man, back in the 60s. Nobody knew all this stuff, but we have so much knowledge now about how to establish a good aquarium, especially a planted aquarium like this. These are all living plants, except for the branch you see, and it's remarkable. And even the loaches, the clown loaches, that normally are nocturnal, you don't see them too much. This is like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and even the clown loaches right there are coming out because of the rejuvenation of the waters. Well, there you go. And that's why you do a water change on your tanks.